Have you ever felt a gnawing suspicion that beneath the surface of our everyday lives, a hidden war is being waged? A monumental struggle between an unseen elite and forces striving for truth. For millions across the globe, this isn't the plot of a Hollywood thriller. It's their perceived reality. This is the story of QAnon, a conspiracy theory born in the shadowy corners of the internet that rapidly spiraled into the mainstream, shattering trust, dividing families, and ultimately shaking the very foundations of global democracy. Our journey into this labyrinth begins in October of 2017. Not in a smoke-filled back room, but in the anonymous, often chaotic depths of internet forums like 4chan and later 8chan. It was here that a user, shrouded in absolute anonymity, began posting cryptic messages. They called themselves Q, claiming to possess Q-level security clearance, a supposed top-tier government insider with access to classified information. These enigmatic posts, soon to be known as Q-drops, were not straightforward declarations. Instead, they were riddles, questions, and vague pronouncements, hinting at a world-altering truth waiting to be uncovered. Don't forget to subscribe to Conspiracy Theories Deep Dives and ring the bell. At the very heart of QAnon lies a belief system so pervasive and dramatic it reads like a gothic thriller. The central tenet posits that our world is secretly controlled by a cabal, a clandestine network of Satan-worshipping pedophiles. This shadowy elite, according to Q, includes an array of powerful figures, top-tier Democrats, influential billionaires, and even celebrated Hollywood stars. They are accused of heinous crimes, from child sex trafficking to rituals of unimaginable depravity. The visual imagery and narratives spun around this cabal are designed to evoke maximum revulsion and moral outrage, creating a clear, stark division between us and them. But every grand conspiracy needs a hero. In the QAnon narrative, that hero was none other than Donald Trump. According to the drops, Trump was not merely a politician, but a military asset secretly recruited to dismantle this global cabal. The grand climax of this cosmic battle was dubbed the Storm, a prophesied day of reckoning where thousands of Cabal members would be mass arrested and prosecuted. This wouldn't just be an event, it would usher in the Great Awakening, a moment of collective enlightenment where humanity would finally grasp the truth. Followers believed that by deciphering Q's obscure clues, they were not just observers, but active participants in this monumental historical shift. The genius, or perhaps the insidious nature of QAnon, lay in its interactive structure. The Q-drops were intentionally vague, filled with obscure references and seemingly random phrases. This wasn't a flaw, it was a feature. It forced followers into a collective scavenger hunt, dubbed baking. Enthusiastic bakers would pore over every word, cross-referencing, speculating, and connecting dots, often seeing patterns where none existed. This communal decoding fostered an intense sense of belonging and intellectual superiority. They weren't just consuming information, they were actively creating the narrative, reinforcing their own beliefs within echo chambers, and building a fiercely loyal, self-validating community.
What started as niche online chatter soon exploded into a global phenomenon, primarily thanks to the powerful engine of social media. Platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and later Telegram became superhighways for QAnon's spread. Algorithms designed to maximize engagement inadvertently amplified these sensational narratives, creating echo chambers where dissenting voices were silenced and conspiratorial content thrived. Influencers, some genuine believers, others opportunists, translated the cryptic drops into digestible, shareable content. The narrative mutated and adapted, spreading like a digital virus, crossing linguistic and cultural barriers with alarming speed, transforming online curiosity into real-world conviction.
The jump from the screen to the street was inevitable, and its consequences were devastating. QAnon wasn't just an abstract theory, it became a catalyst for real-world harm. Families were torn apart as loved ones succumbed to the rabbit hole, sacrificing relationships for a perceived higher truth. Trust in traditional institutions, media, science, government eroded completely, replaced by a pervasive skepticism that bordered on nihilism. We saw early, alarming acts of violence linked to QAnon's precursors, like Pizzagate, where a man, convinced by the theory, stormed a restaurant with a rifle. These incidents were clear warnings of the escalating danger, illustrating how deeply entrenched belief could lead to irrational and dangerous acts. The crescendo of QAnon's real-world impact arrived on January 6, 2021. The U.S. Capitol building, a symbol of American democracy, was stormed by a mob, many of whom were fervent QAnon believers. Their flags and slogans, emblazoned with the distinctive Q, were visible amidst the chaos. They truly believed they were witnessing the storm, that mass arrests were imminent, and that they were playing a pivotal role in the Great Awakening. This wasn't just a political protest. It was a desperate, almost apocalyptic act, fueled by years of online indoctrination and the unwavering conviction that they were fighting a hidden war for the soul of the nation. January 6th stands as a chilling testament to the tangible dangers of unchecked conspiratorial thinking. Remarkably, the QAnon narrative wasn't confined to American borders. Its core ideology, flexible enough to adapt, went global. In Germany, it merged with existing anti-government movements and far-right extremism. In the UK, it resonated with anti-lockdown sentiment. Brazil saw a particularly strong surge, with QAnon beliefs weaving into local political polarization. From Japan to Australia, Canada to France, the fundamental us versus them, the idea of a hidden cabal, and the promise of a great awakening found new audiences. It adapted to local anxieties, incorporated national myths, and targeted domestic institutions, proving that the digital age makes any boundary permeable to disinformation. Then came the inevitable reckoning. The storm never arrived. Joe Biden was inaugurated, and the promised mass arrests simply did not occur. For many, this was a moment of profound cognitive dissonance. The movement, once so unified by its anticipation, fractured and splintered. Some followers abandoned the belief entirely, experiencing a painful disillusionment. Others adapted, shifting goalposts, creating new theories, or reinterpreting the drops to explain away the failures. Q itself went silent. But the absence of a visible leader or the failure of key prophecies didn't make the underlying distrust disappear. Instead, the seeds of suspicion had already been deeply sown. While QAnon as a unified movement might have fractured, its core tenets and methods did not vanish. Instead, they permeated the wider conspiratorial ecosystem. The idea of a deep state working against the public, the belief in child trafficking rings, and the profound distrust of mainstream media, science, and government all found new life. These narratives have been co-opted, repackaged, and continue to circulate, influencing political discourse and shaping public perception far beyond the original QAnon community. It leaves behind a dangerous legacy, a blueprint for how online disinformation can hijack the reality of millions, eroding shared facts and creating alternative universes of belief. QAnon stands as a powerful, chilling case study for the digital age. It's a stark reminder of how easily disinformation can spread, how quickly narratives can be weaponized, and how profound the human need for meaning and belonging can be exploited. In an increasingly complex world, the crucial lesson is clear. Cultivate critical thinking, rigorously check your facts, and demand credible evidence. Be vigilant against narratives that promise simple answers to complex problems or prey on your anxieties. Protecting yourself from disinformation isn't just about avoiding a conspiracy theory. It's about safeguarding your understanding of reality and protecting the fabric of our shared society. Stay curious, stay skeptical, stay informed.